Yes, hello everyone. Good evening or good day anywhere you are watching this video right now. So welcome to your further mathematics class 2. I am Lawala Detunji, your further mathematics tutor. As you have all known that we are now releasing the video of the last revision for further mathematics NECO 2025. You know, when time we say last revision or final revision on this platform, our returning viewers they understand that we are talking about the revision that will review more than 5% of the fact and figure of what you come out in your exam. So that is, you are a new viewer, you don't joke with it, that's the meaning. So please do where to press the subscribe button. Please do where to press the subscribe button. Turn on your notification button, press your like and share button, and put your comments in the comment box as we continue with our NECO 2025 Further Mathematics final revision. Now, in case you don't know, question 1 to question 8 is section A, which you must answer all, while question 9 to 11, that is under pure mathematics, you pick any two, while under mechanics you have one to pick out of two questions. Same thing goes to statistics, you pick one out of the two. But in this video, in this platform, Estimatory Edu Consult, this platform is only given the right to work on section A, while our second platform, Estimatory TV, is one working on section B. So if you want to watch video on section B, please do where to watch our second platform, Estimatory, which I've also dropped the link in the comment section and likewise in the description. So here on this platform, we are dealing with section A, while the objective will be discussed in our WhatsApp channel. Our WhatsApp channel also will be in the description. You follow it to get your information about the objective. So this what you are seeing currently on your screen is question number 4, which means that question 1, question 2, question 3 videos have been released. And please do where to check our playlist to pick up your video on question 1, question 2, question 3. Now we are on question 4. So in this particular video, because of time and the length, I have reduced it by making sure that I have done the workings just to show you the outcome, incomparable to other videos that will be doing it live. Now this is question 4. They said you should find the equation of a straight line perpendicular to the line 3x plus 2y equals to 3 and passes through the point 3, minus 7. Now the first thing you need to know, whenever you talk about equation of a straight line and the one that is also perpendicular to another line, for anything condition called perpendicular line, the two slopes must be equal, the product of the two slopes must be equal to minus 1. What am I saying? M1, M2 must be equal to minus 1. That is the slope of the one you know and the slope of the one you don't know. When you multiply the two, it must be equal to minus 1. That's the meaning. But to start with, whenever I want to solve a question like this, the first thing is that the given equation, the given straight line, you must determine the slope. That's why you can see my first step here, I'm talking about find the slope of the equation 3x2y equals to 3, and you know the formula equation of a straight line y equals to mx plus c. We follow that same pattern. So bringing it out, you can see I make my y as a formula to bring out y equals to mx plus c, because my m is minus 3 over 2. That is my slope. I call it m1. Slope m1 equals to minus 3 over 2. And remember, I've told us the condition that move with perpendicular issue with a straight line. That is, for a straight line or for a line to be perpendicular to a straight line, the product of the two slopes must be equals to minus 1. So we have known our slope 1 as minus 3 over 2. Now let's now find the slope m2. So doing this now, you can see my m2 is equals to minus 1 divided by the slope. So putting everything together, at the end of the day, my slope, second slope, that is the slope of the new straight line, is m2 equals to 2 over 3. Now that I've known the new slope, I can now go to the equation form of a straight line that says y minus y1 equals to m open bracket x minus x1. Your y1 x1 has been given to you in the question. That's the point mentioned. 3 comma minus 7. That is your x1 y1. So moving it forward now, so y minus y1, that is minus, our y1 there was minus 7, so y minus minus 7 equals to 2 over 3 x minus 3. So putting them together, you can see at the end of the day I got y equals to 2x over 3 minus 9. As you are watching this screen currently, please do well to share the link with your friends. Share the links, please. Share the link. That's the reason why we are making everything so convenient for you, not to be too long, so that you can work it from beginning to the end. Likewise, share this link with your friends, family, drop it in your WhatsApp group and or any platform you belong to, where you know that people will benefit. More than 50,000 people are writing this exam nationwide. Let's help somebody. All right, we have settled number 4. I'm going to number 5. Now question number 5 right now said you should find the area of a parallelogram whose adjacent sides are 4i plus 3j plus k and minus 5i plus 2j plus 3k, telling you that it's expressing itself in form of vector. Now that's what I'm showing you. Let a vector A be 4i plus 3j plus k, while the vector what again? Vector B should be minus 5i plus 2j plus 3k. Now I have the two vectors to represent the adjacent sides, and you know when you talk about parallelogram, area is equal to the magnitude of the what? Of the cross product. That's why you can see my magnitude of vector A and times vector B, we call it cross product. So to get the cross product very well, I will use the style of what? I will use the, like I'm using the style of see my hand here, I have labeled my ijk, so I put the value that is 4. This means 4i, this means 3j, and this means ik. This means minus 5i, this one means 2j, and this means 3k. So I have arranged them in form of matrix so that I'll be able to move forward like I'm doing determinants. So that's what I want to do right now. I want to do, you can still remember our rule of determinant that we did in our question, maybe question number 10, section B in our second channel. If you can, for those of that you have watched, but if you have not watched, you will see the link in this comment box for you to pick it up. That one will help you in question number 10. All right, if I pick my I, what will be the value? We have I, we have 3 times 3, that is 3. The 3 means 3 times 8 diagonally. 3 times 3 minus 2 times 1, or 1 times 2. That's what I did here. That dot you are seeing here means times. 3 times 3 minus 1 times 2. Same thing here for the j side. 4 times 3 minus 1 times 1 times minus 5. And the other side, I believe you can see my camera very well. All right, I want response. Okay, concerning that of k, you can see 4 times 2 minus 5 times 3. So putting everything together, I got to my final destination answer here. That's 7i minus 17j plus 23k. That is my answer. Now the magnitude that I want to find that brought us to this place. Now the magnitude of this answer I got, that is the coefficient 7 square plus minus 17 square plus 25 square. Putting everything together, I am having root 49 plus root square root of 49 plus 289 plus 529. When I read my answer, I got 2 root 867, and the square root of 867 is 29.45 unit square. You know it's square. Why is it square? Vector times vector, that's area, unit of area, square, unit square. And with this, I have settled question number 4. I have settled question number 5. I've settled question 4. I have settled question 5. I'm going to question 6. In case the video cuts, make sure you follow the link in the description or in the comment box that will be pinned to the video. So I'm going to the question number 6. Taking question number 6, and it says a particle of mass 36 kg slides down a rough plane inclined at an angle 60 degree. Now number 6. Yes, let's examine it together. Question number 6 said that a particle of mass 36 kilograms slides down a rough plane inclined at an angle 60 to the horizontal. If the coefficient of friction is 0.4, find the acceleration of the particles. Correct to 2 decimal places. Take your g equals to 10 meters per second square. Very simple question they ask us. These are the questions under friction. Here you'll be having body sliding. If I want to draw the diagram, we'll be having something like this. Let me see if I can have space to draw something like that to let you see. Let's say you have something like this, incline. You have a body. You have your frictional force. You have another force. You have the angle. You have the weight acting, mg cos theta, mg sin theta. You have your frictional force, something like that. So that's what we want to achieve. To let you know that now let me use the diagram to explain. And all the force you are experiencing on this slope, the force you can on this slope, what you can experience on this slope, you can experience frictional force, and likewise what we call the component of the weight down the slope, that is mg sin theta, and likewise the frictional force. You guys can experience all those ones on the slope, but down you can only experience weight, which is your normal reaction weight, that is mg cos theta. So now to now continue with the statement, component of weight down the what component of the weight down the plane. Component of the weight down the plane, I've told you mg sin theta. And what's your m? 36. What's your g? 10. 36 times 10 is 360. 360 times sin 60. You know sin 60 is 0.866. But if you take it to, what do you call it? The short form, you may be having root 3 over 2. So putting it together, that's I have 180 root 3. If you like, you can express your own answer in form of decimal number, no problem. Alright, for the one acting downward, which is your normal force, also called weight or reaction, we can call it weight or reaction normal force, mg cos theta. So m is 36 again, g is 10, 360, cos 60 is 0.5. So half of 360 is 180. So this is 180 Newton. This is 180 root 3 Newton. Because they are both of them, they are forces. This is force, a force. Answer, the unit is Newton. In case I don't put it there, let me put it there. The unit is Newton. Alright, so now they gave us coefficient of friction at 0.4. As coefficient of friction is equal to frictional force over normal reaction. Frictional force over normal reaction. In physics, we have that as one of the when you are discussing that's the law that is majorly discussed under the the conditions in friction. You will say the frictional force is directly proportional to the normal reaction in order to bring out the coefficient. That constant proportionality is called coefficient of friction. But this is for the mathematics. Let's speak mathematics. So making your F set of formula, I cross multiply. F equals to 72 Newton. The frictional force is 72 Newton, and we want to find what? The acceleration of the particle. So how are we going to do that? We need to find what we call net force. Why are we talking about net force? You know, on this plane we have two forces, mg sin theta and what do you call it, and the frictional force. We need to know the net force. The net force is not the one that will now lead us to the acceleration of the particles. So let's go. Here in my paper I let you know that the net force along the plane is equal to mg sin theta minus frictional force. I've told you when I was explaining, and we have frictional force, we got 72. Our mg sin theta, we got 80 root 3. So when you subtract them, you will have answers. If you like calculator, you can get your answer. But because I still want to enjoy my mathematics further, that's why I didn't release the answer here. But you can release your own, you still get the same answer. Since force is equal to mass times acceleration. Since force is equal to mass acceleration, what do I bring out there? Acceleration is equal to force over mass. So my force over the mass, 36. So at the end of the day, I got 6.67. You can use your own style. Maybe from here you want to use calculator, or from the back here you want to use calculator. I'll wait for you. We are going to get the same answer. I bet it with you. We are going to get the same answer. Maybe we want to start getting your own answer with instead of getting solved through calculator. Try it. We get the same answer. I'll wait for you for a few seconds. I'll wait for you for a few seconds. I'll wait for you for a few seconds so that we'll be on the same side. I'm about to enter question number 7. We have settled question 4, 5, 6. We are going to 7. Remember, I told you question 1, 2, 3 has been treated. The 3 questions have been treated earlier before this video. So if you have missed this video, or those videos rather, do well to check our playlist and pick up those videos and watch. You are going to write the exam in the next few hours. So don't miss it. Alright, question number 7 is talking about probability. They say we have the chances of Obi, Tony, and Kabir passing an economic test are 5/8, 2/5, and 3/4 respectively. Find the probability that none of them passed. Again, find probability that one of them passed and find probability that all of them passed. 3 questions, very interesting. But I need to tell you some things now that you can also be of help to you. They gave the probability in form of fraction. For me to be able to enjoy my work, I'm turning it to decimal number. So 5/8 will become 0.625, 2/5 becomes 0.4, and 3/5 becomes 0.6, so I can be able to enjoy. Alright, let's go to my solution to see what I just said. So probability of OB is O, Tony is T, Gabriel is K. This is what you have seen as K. In case you don't see my writing, let me write it very well. That's K. I think I've written my K very well now, you can see. Alright, so moving forward now, I want to go and find probability that none of them, you know that probability told us that the sum of probability is 1, which means that probability of success plus probability of failure must be equals to 1. If the probability of OB to pass is 0.625, probability for him to fail will be 1 minus 0.625, which is 0.375. So I want to use my opposite, or the failure. I want to use prime to indicate that. So OB to pass is PO, OB to fail is PO prime. So I think you follow like that. You also can follow suit and use your own. With what I have laid down as foundation, you can follow suit and let's bring up answer. Follow suit and let's bring up answer together. Alright, moving forward. That's how I did it for OB. Same thing for Tony. Same thing for Gabriel. So that's what I did. Confirm the answer together. I don't want the video to be too long, so please do well to move along with my speed. In case I'm too fast for you, after watching you rewatch again. Alright, to solve the first question now, probability of none of them, all the answers I got here now I need to add them together because failure. So probability that none of them pass means that all of them fail. That's mean none of them pass means all of them fail. So probably we now add up their probability of failure. So 0.35, that's a hard, sorry for that, with times, because we can that is probability OB and Tony and Gabriel. So we need to multiply, it's not or. If it is or, it will have been plus, but it is an issue. We are going to multiply. So that when I multiply the 3, I got this 0.375 times 0.6 times 0.4 equals 0.09. So multiplying that together, I have that answer. So I'm going to question 2. They say find the probability of exactly one of them passed. That is, if OB pass, Tony will fail, Gabriel will fail. If Tony pass, OB will fail, Gabriel will fail. If Gabriel pass, Tony will fail, OB will fail. That's the meaning. So you can see probably that Tony, OB pass, both of them fail. Tony pass, both of them fail. Gabriel pass, both of them fail. And you have already know all those values from our indication. Have told us, so all these things will not be strange to you again. So probability that will be past 0.625. So for his failure will not be for others failure 0.6, for failure of Tony, failure of Gabriel is 0.4, multiply them 0.15. Same thing I did for Tony. Probability of pass of Tony is 0.4. The failure of others is what we have here. For Gabriel, the pass is this, the failure of others is what we have there. And after getting all those things, we add the 3 together because the situation of all. But exactly one of them pass. It can be OB or Tony, or Kabir. So it's a decision of all are together. So putting them together, adding the 3 together, 0.15 plus 0.06 plus 0.135. So finally I got 0.345 for the probability of exactly one of them passed. That's the probability. Now the last one. What's probability that all of them pass? Just pick up the pass of individual. That is OB pass times Tony pass times Kabir pass. So when you multiply the 3, what do you have? 0.625 times 0.4 times 0.6, and that one gave us 0.15. I think that's how we finish on number 7. We have answered question 3, 4. In this video we have answered question 4, 5, 6, 7, and let's pick the last question on this video, which is section A. Remember, I've told you section B from number 9 to number 15. It's on our platform, Estimator Adetunji TV. Please do well to check it. It's trending there. People are watching it live and direct. You also go and join them to watch it so that you have your full distinction. Your objective, as told you, objective discussion is on our WhatsApp channel. So you see our WhatsApp channel in the description or in the comments. So you click on it for you to enjoy the objective side of it. Alright, going to question number 8. The question number 8 is economics question. So we need to let you know that further mathematics and economics, they are together. In case you don't know, but we that you study mathematics, university, and those that study economics, statistics, they will let you know that all of them, they are together. All right. The yearly requirement for a stock of products is 500,000 units. Why it costs 100 naira to what? To manufacture each unit. We use 100 naira to manufacture each unit of the product. If the ordinary cost is 250 naira per order and the holding cost is 10% per annum of the average stock value, calculate 1. Economic order quantity, that is EOQ. B. Total variable cost, TVC. And lastly, the total cost per annum if the cost of each stock is 5 naira. Very simple question, and let's discuss it one after the other. Before you solve this type of question, the first thing you do is interpret the question first. You know, it's a word problem, real life situation, so you need to interpret it first so I'll be able to know where to come in. All right. With my interpretation, I use given parameters. Annual demand, that is D, that is 500,000 units. That is, remember, a yearly requirement, a yearly demand. I think you are getting my statement. So after the exam, please do well to watch our videos on economics, mathematics. We have released video on most of all these things on our first and second channel. You will enjoy all these things, especially to help you to prepare for post-jam. And likewise, if you are still writing jam, for those of them that have not written your own jam, can also help you as well. Please do well to help us tell others that our classes for post-UTME, Waec GCE and Waec GCE are on. They should contact the number they are seeing on the YouTube channel. That's the number of the CEO of this platform for the online classroom, the online tutorial for all the subjects, whatever subject you want to write. So once you just contact the CEO, you will to do the inquiry, you will get the better information. All right. Annual demand is 500,000 units. Cost per unit, that is cost, it has been said, that is 100 naira. And ordering cost per order, when you order it, that is 250 naira. Then I say holding cost rate is what? The holding cost, we use H to represent that, we use S to represent ordering cost per order. So for ordering cost rate, we have 10% of units, and the cost, we have we have 10% of 100 naira, which is 10 naira per unit per year. All right. Cost of stock used in part C. Okay, we're talking about the part C. Okay, sorry for that, please. Cost of the stock used in part, we use C to represent that cost. Sorry for that. We use C to represent that cost. We call that one 5 naira. Okay, it's still, yes, it's part C. I know what I'm saying. Yes, I take it again. The unit the cost of stock used in part C, that is this question C, is what we are referring to. Yes, I'm right, because I know we don't have anything. We have already used our C here, so C cannot become true. So okay, cost of stock used in part C is equal to what? 5 naira per unit. That's talking about the last question. When we will get there, you know. All right. Now I solve everything comprehensively here. The first question says you should find the economic order. I should place the question beside you. Find the economy order. Now to find the economic, maybe I should place it like this. Now to find the economic order, it has its own formula. That's the square root of 2ds over h. Your d is the demand, and what's your s? I told you the parameter was your s. Your s is what? In case you are following me in our class, you always make sure you are holding pen and book. That is ordering cost per order. That's our s, and our h is what? Our h is the holding cost rate. That's why you can see the formula for EOQ, life and direct, anywhere in the world, is 2dx over h. So when I have the multiplication of all these numbers, that is 2 times 500,000 times 250 over 10. When you press calculator very well, you can also do the same thing and put your answer in the comment section. It's like I'm too fast. Let me calm down for you. Let me calm down. Put your answer. Let me wait for like 5 seconds for you to put your answer in the comment box for me to confirm. So, okay, 1, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. I think that one is settled. Alright, so we can see that's why EOQ is equals to 500 what? 500 units. Alright, I'm going to TVC now, total variable cost. Before I can talk about total variable cost, I need to know the variable cost itself before I will now add it together. Variable cost, what are those things? That is, ordering cost is a cost, holding cost is a cost, and the individual has its own formula. Ordering cost is cost to demand over EOQ times what? What's my S again? Remember, I've told you that's talking about my order cost per ordering cost per what? Order, that is X. When you do all those things, what's that telling you? That you are going to have, you still see it under when I'm applying this is the formula, this is the application. 500,000 over 5,000 times 250, I got 25,000. So when I was talking about holding cost now, its own is EOQ divided by 2 times H. So its own response, 5,000 divided by 2 times 10, that's 250, 2,500 times 10, and gave me 25,000. Now all the costs, I have known the value for the cost now. The next issue are then total variable cost. Total variable cost. So 25,000 plus 25,000. That one will give me 50,000. Please do well to share the link. Continue sharing the link with your friends. We are rounding off the whole thing. I think this is the last video for the section A and for this platform of further mathematics. When next we are going to meet again will be when we are discussing those people that are writing JUPEB. We will be live and direct also with you the way we did for Waec people, NACO people. Also JUPEB, please help us to share our link to people writing JUPEB that we are going to be online supplying them all what they need as information. So we are online. All right, the last question said we should talk about the total cost per annum if the cost per unit is 5 naira now. Our purchase cost is D times C, that is demand times cost. We want to know your purchase cost. It's like you have your money, you are talking about the money in your pocket. What we talk about is what you want to buy and the cost itself. So purchase cost goes to demand times cost. So that's why you can see 500,000 times 5, and it gave me 2,500,000. For the ordering cost, you can see we have calculated that one the right time. We got 25,000. Same thing for the holding cost. Now this time around, the cost has now changed to 5 naira. So 10% of 5 naira is 0.5. So now that's what we are now going to use to get the new holding cost. That is EOD. Are you there? EOD divided by 2 times holding cost times H now times 0.5. So we have 1250. So when you now add the total, all those costs together, that is 500,000 plus 25,000 plus 1,250. You have 2,526,000 250. So this one has helped us so far. We have finished all the section A. All the section A has been finished. See you next video. Bye.